Welcome to Improve Your English Writing, video number 53, where I'm discussing capitalization. And this is part 4 of a 4-part series on capitalization. In this video, we'll discuss capitalization related to laws, historical events, or government programs, which is rule number 69. Scientific and medical terms, rule 70. Religious terms, which is rule 71. And military terms, which is rule number 72. So if you want to get notifications for this series, please click subscribe. If you like the video or think others will find it useful, please click like. And check out links to videos and books in the description, like a link to the companion volume here, Improve Your English Writing. So let's get to rule number 69, which states, capitalize the name of a law or act, government program, or historical age event or program. So let's look at some examples of a act or a law right here. The Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA, prohibits discrimination based on disability. So that is an example, once again, of a law or act. And then here's Thomas Paine wrote The Age of Reason during the Enlightenment in the late 18th century. So, I've already discussed capitalizing a name and a title of a work, but here we actually have a historical age, which is the Enlightenment. So we would capitalize that word here. And then notice in the late 18th century, this E here is not capitalized. If you're tempted to capitalize it, you do not, because you do not capitalize decades or centuries. So the last example is the New Deal focused on relief, recovery, and reform. So this is the name of a historical program, the New Deal, so we capitalize it. So moving on to the next rule is capitalize the name of a celestial body, an official geological term, or the Latin name of a plant or animal. For medical terms, a disease, treatment, or a body part, only capitalize the proper name or adjective in the term. So here's an example of some celestial bodies. The Crab Nebula is in the Perseus arm of the Milky Way. So each one of these celestial bodies we capitalize. The Pleistocene, hopefully I pronounced that right, epoch ended about 12,000 years ago. So since this is an official name of a geological term, we capitalize it. Alfred identified the plant as deergrass, and I won't even try to pronounce it, but we capitalize the genus, and we don't do it for the species. I do have a video about how this Latin names, that they're italicized and how they are formed. So go see that video if you need more information. But here, we capitalize the name of the plant or animal. The biopsy was negative for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So the rule is or the advice is that we capitalize only the proper name or the proper adjective in the term. So here we have a proper adjective. And this is the proper name portion, so the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So we only capitalize this portion. This is a prefix. This is the name of the disease, the lymphoma. And Eustachian's tube is better known as the auditory tube. So we capitalize, since this is a proper name, we capitalize it. And this some more information about plants and animal names. Oh, there it is. See rule video 49, rule 60 for italics and formatting species and subspecies. The Chicago Manual of Style only recommends capitalizing a proper name or proper adjective in a common name. And then for sun, moon, and earth, for some more information on celestial bodies, the advice is do not capitalize earth, sun, or moon in non-technical writing. So the reverse technical writing usually involves the name of multiple planets. You'll actually usually see them listed. But in non-technical writing, you do not capitalize. So, like for example, Julia has a down-to-earth personality. You would not capitalize Earth. But if you had an example where it said Earth and Mars, maybe I have an example. Oh, there you go. Both Earth and Mars have an atmosphere. So here we have a technical writing. So we would capitalize the planets. Medical terms, like I stated in the rule. First I should say consult a medical dictionary for spelling and capitalization. That's always best. But when you don't have that available, the Chicago Manual Style and the APA recommend only capitalizing a proper name or proper adjective in the medical term. So the next rule is 71, which is capitalize the name of a religion, a religious movement, a religious adherent, or an adjective derived therefrom. Capitalize a reference to a supreme being, religious building, religious event, past or future, or work regarded as sacred. Major theological concepts are often capitalized, not always capitalized, but are often capitalized. So let's look at some examples. Do you believe in God or Allah as contained in the Bible or the Quran? So here we have a reference to a supreme being, God or Allah, and Bible or Quran. So this is capitalize it because this is a work regarded as sacred. And just a note on Quran. Chicago Manual Style has these two spellings. The AP has these two spellings with Quran, this spelling preferred. And the Merriam-Webster Dictionary has these three alternatives for Quran. So the next example is born in Utah. I was raised among Mormons and Christians. So here we have names of a religious adherence. So we capitalize them. Sort of like if you had a religion, Christianity. So that's actually the name of a religion. So you would capitalize it. But here we have the religious adherent Christians. So we capitalize that. The Church of the Nativity is a Catholic church. So here we capitalize Church of the Nativity because it is a religious building. So we do not capitalize in articles or prepositions, but we would capitalize these two words. And then remember, we capitalize our religious movements or religious adherence, or we capitalize adjectives derived therefrom. So here we have, Catholic Church. Church is not capitalized because it's not the official name of the church. I think it's the Roman Catholic Church is the official name. So, but Catholic is a derived adjective. So we capitalize that, but we don't capitalize church. That makes sense. So this is a derived adjective and not the name of the church. Since it's not the name of the church, we do not capitalize church in this case. Maybe the sentence, I think, like I said, the official name is the Roman Catholic Church, I think. So if this sentence read, the Church of the Nativity is a Roman Catholic Church, then I believe we would capitalize the church in that case. We do not know the population of Egypt at the time of the biblical Exodus. So this is a religious event, the Exodus, so we capitalize it. Rule 72 is you capitalize the name of a military force. That's an Army, Navy, or Air Force. A company, a squadron, a battalion, a regiment, a fleet, and so on. So it's just a military force or any one of these. You capitalize the name of a war, a battle, or campaign. And you capitalize the name of a military or civilian ship, train, automobile, aircraft, or spacecraft. And you italicize ship names. So remember, this rule is mainly about capitalization, so it's basically capitalize military forces, you capitalize the wars or the battles, and you capitalize the ships, trains, aircraft, automobiles, and spacecraft, and you italicize the ship name. So a little more information on using italics with this last sentence, or the use of italics. The Chicago manual style only italicizes ship names. The MLA italicizes ship, aircraft, and spacecraft names, which is basically the old rule, but italicizes more. The Greg's Reference Manual only italicizes ship, aircraft, or spacecraft names for special display. And just a note on the use of the pronoun. Chicago Manual Style, the Greg's Reference Manual, and the AP say use the pronoun it, not she, with a ship. Is customary, especially I don't know, back at least 1980s and before. You would refer to a ship. If you saw the ship, you'd use the pronoun she. In fact, you could actually use the pronoun she with like a automobile. You'd say, "Oh, isn't that a nice car?" You could actually say, "Yeah, she's beautiful." So you use she, but you're actually referring to the car. You don't really hear that too much anymore. But these three references now make a specific mention of using it with a ship and not she. So let's look at some examples. The Continental Army and the Continental Navy were founded in 1775. So here we have names of military forces, so we capitalize them. World War II. In World War II, the Allies chiefly consisted of Great Britain, United States, and the Soviet Union. Name of a war and name of a fighting force. Andrew Jackson commanded the United States Army at the Battle of New Orleans during the War of 1812. So here we have, name of a fighting force, the name of a battle, and the name of a war. So we capitalize all of these. And the USS Enterprise, this version is the most decorated ship in U.S. naval history. So here we capitalize the name of a ship. And notice I do have it italicized here because we italicize the names of ships. Most people can recognize the Boeing F Flying Fortress used during World War II. That's the big bomber. So here we capitalize the name of an aircraft and the name of a war, but here the name of the aircraft is not italicized. Just some notes. But the MLA would use italics for the B-17 Flying Fortress. And the Greg's Reference Manual would probably not use italics because it's probably not for special display. If this was maybe inside a display case with a sentence, then I would say yes, it would be italicized, but probably, how I have it written, it probably would not. So that's it for this video. If you want to get notifications for the series, please click subscribe. If you like the video, please hit like, and check out links to books and videos in the description.